You know, I try not to let things upset me. I try not to let people make me mad to where I say things I know I shouldn't even be saying, and especially cuss words or making threats or anything to anybody. Um, but I it never fails. It never fails, folks. As you'll see in the next, or after I get done talking here, I'll show you the what I'm talking about. But I had a door on my XJ that was rusted out real bad at the bottom. I thought about I was going to fiberglass it. It even came around inside the door. It was so bad. I bought a door off of a guy for whatever, $50, I think it was. Perfect door. Now I didn't. I don't know where he got it, but somebody cut the hinge off with a sawzall, I guess. That's what I figured they did it with. But the door I bought didn't have no door covers on it. It had went glass in it. It had power windows, power locks, everything in it. I told the guy I didn't need the front or the cover of the door, because I was going to have my door cover put back over the same door. I wanted to look the same. So I got this door, and I went to a place that, other than a dealership, this place is pretty big in Boardman, Ohio. Boardman Township, Ohio. It's called King Collision LLC. There's phone numbers and everything, folks. The only thing I blacked out was my VIN number and my phone number. But right here, this is the estimate. And if you want to stop it and read all this fine print, you can do that. The second page, this was the estimate, and this is the second page. I can't even see what I'm showing you. But on this first part here, this explains everything they're going to do. And this is my truck, everything. And I'll show you. I got copies of it when I picked up the truck for the receipt. But as you can see, where is it? Let's see. Right here, I paid $311 for them to do the job. Now let me tell you what in this area that they say they're going to do that we talked about. It says King Collision will swap out RT right or RT front doors. I don't know RT stands for, but the customer has provided the used door to put on. It says King Collision is not responsible for the door that they replace, or for anything on the door being provided. On the door that I had in the back, the door I bought from the junkyard, it says provided. King Collision is not responsible for anything on that door being provided. The customer stated he will paint the door, which I did. It's the front passenger door. Then it says RT R&I door assembly. Remove and install. Then it says remove and install, overhaul to switch over all parts on door that was originally on that truck, because everything worked on it, and they were going to switch over all the parts because they didn't know if the other parts were any good in the used door. So they were just charging me to just go ahead and take out all the parts in my old door and put them in this new door. Now, they claimed on the first one, remove and install RT R&I door assembly, it says 1 hour. On remove and install overhaul to switch over all parts on door, it says 2 hours. All parts on door is going to be switched. The next one is move lock set from old to new door, 1 hour. Now, right there, they've charged me, because the lock set would have been the same, involved in the switch all over all parts on door. The lock set would have been involved in that, wouldn't it, folks? Come on. But they wanted to charge me an hour after they've already tore the door apart to switch out all the other parts. They charged me for an hour to replace the lock switch so my key would still work. Test all components on used door. They charged me a half hour. Even though they were already going to go ahead and replace all the parts or they've already charged me for taking all the parts out of my old door and putting it in the new door. They're going to charge me a half hour for testing all components on used door. Why? And then the last part they charged me a half hour for, lubricate all moving parts. $311. King Collision, Boardman Township, Ohio. 44512. Phone number 330-729-0525. Anybody'd like to call them and tell them out what kind of shoddy work they do. By the time you see my Jeep, do so. They asked me, his name is John. Let me see. I'll show you this one because I've already blacked out. Right, because it's the same paper. Right here it says John. John is the estimator. Right here by my finger. This paper is a same thing. Same 2 sheets of paper. I'm not going to show it. But it came in this folder right here when I picked up my Jeep. It's a folder. Had a copy of the estimate, which was the paper I just showed you, stuffed in one side, and written warranty certificate stuffed in the other side, explaining all about King Collision and their business and the warranties and everything, and even says presented to Watachi. See all that stuff, folks? Don't tell me I'm lying. Don't tell me I'm full of crap. Now, in the comments, after you see my Jeep, tell me what you think. If not, call them, tell them what you think. Because I'm going to put it on all my channels, or they're going to give me some money back. Nah, there ain't nothing going to happen, folks. It'll go on all my channels. They won't care. They looked at my Jeep. It's a 1998 piece of junk. And the thing of it is, folks, the day they gave me the estimate, the only parts that were painted on it was the front doghouse and the roof. That's it. By the time I got into their shop, the only thing left to paint on it was that door they were replacing, the door behind it, and the little small section of the back window on that passenger side. I had the rest of it painted. Seems like to me they were so busy that morning they got the janitor out of the back and put him on working on my old Jeep. Because they know it ain't worth nothing to them. So they didn't care who they stuck on it. And they didn't care the damage that they did to it. Hopefully the manager will when he sees this video online. Because this is only one channel. I have 6 more. Don't believe me? Watch this, the rest of this video, and then see. Love you guys. God loves you. There's no revenge. There's only telling the truth. Now, if they want to try to cover their butts, keep this from hitting my Boardman Township, Ohio channel. They could do that. Let's see what happens. I love you guys. All right, guys, that door right there is my old door. See the glass in the window? That door came off my Jeep. Now, the people who did this for me, because I didn't do it myself, they put this door on my Jeep. Now, they asked me because they knew I have channels on YouTube. Hey, talk about us. So I'm going to talk about them. See that right there? This grease that's in my front seat now? Yeah, that happened from them changing this door. Can you see these busted, this edge of this fender here all busted up? And along here, that was, well, maybe not this, but this here on this fender was freshly painted. That's busted up. As you can see, I'm doing some Bondo work. Then when I pulled the door, the old door out, that they just threw into the back of my Jeep. Can you see the grease? Can you see all the grease? Look at this. It's blobbed up in some places. That's the kind of work these people did for me. And people wonder why I used to get crappy. Oh yeah, guys, one more thing. I have to have the truck running to do this, but if you look, it goes all the way up. That's where it stops. Doesn't matter where you do it from, if you do it from here or over there.